life. We live in different brain waves, and even during a day, how we move from one brain wave to another brain wave. And I think it's very important to know that, because once you have the knowledge, as we spoke, you can use that knowledge to your advantage. You will understand how to really come over any of your issues or problems and really create from the knowledge. So I really want your 100% attention for the next 1 hour. We're going to cover brain waves, which I'm sure many of you have not really done before. And it's going to be a very, very exciting topic. And then we will move to chakras. A lot of you know what chakras are, and have, especially in India, we've been born to understand that we have these 7 main chakras in our body, and each chakras means something. But today we are going to just understand each one of them, how energies and different emotions are stored in each of the chakras, and how we can use our chakras and how we can balance our chakras, so that the energy really moves in our system, and again we can live in elevated emotions rather than limited emotions. So great, friends, let's begin brainwaves and chakras. Second. I hope you can see my screen.
Yes, we can. It's clear.
Okay, great. So friends, let's start with this. There are 4 main types of brain waves. The first brain waves is beta. So beta is basically your, conscious mind. So like you're currently listening to me, you are in beta brain wave, where you are very conscious of what you're doing. You're very conscious of, your surroundings, who you are. So most of our day we spend in beta brainwave. And when you are going off to sleep in the night, you actually move to alpha and theta, and delta is when you go off to sleep. And when you wake up in the morning, you move from delta, when you're asleep is delta, and theta to alpha to beta. So you can say 2 times in your day, you actually move from beta to delta, and again in the morning, delta to beta. So friends, what beta is? Beta is a conscious, your conscious brain, your conscious awareness. Alpha is when you actually go into your subconscious, and theta is when you're absolutely in your subconscious, and delta is when you just go off to sleep. So today we're going to talk about each of these brain waves, from beta, alpha, theta to delta. How do you get into each of these brain waves, and what really happens when you're into these brain waves? So moving on. So friends, the first thing we want to understand is the comparison and the difference between different brain waves in adults. So when you look at a brain scan, and then when you look at a beta brainwave, it's a lot more volatile. And as you get into alpha, so for example, when you meditate, you actually start moving into an alpha brainwave. And that's why we say that meditation is so important, because it helps you calm your brain. You slowly, start losing your identity, and you start moving into something what's called the alpha brainwave. And you can see in a scan, an alpha brainwave is a lot less volatile than a beta brainwave. So as you start calming your mind, your brainwaves also start to calm down. It becomes a lot less volatile. And then when you go into really, really deep meditation and completely into your subconscious, where you really forget who you are, where you go beyond your identity, you move into something called the theta brainwave, where you're completely in the subconscious and you are in the theta brainwave. And you can see the brainwaves in the theta brainwave, the scan is a lot less volatile. It's very, very stable. You're very, very calm in that state. And then finally, the delta brainwave, when you are asleep, when you fall asleep, you're in the delta brainwave. Now check this out. Look at gamma brainwave. And gamma brainwave is, it looks a lot more volatile than beta brainwave, but actually gamma brainwave is when you are having a mystical experience. So a lot of time, we've seen in transcendental breath work, or when people are in deep state of meditation, they experience something called the gamma brainwave. And at that time, if you do their brain scan, you'd be like, oh my God, this guy is having a seizure attack. But he is actually into the super consciousness state. And that's when, you really liberate a lot of energy. You actually energize each cell of your body, and that energy is now used to heal, to heal yourself. So we've seen in transcendental breathwork, a lot of people have actually in one breathwork have healed their chronic diseases. In one breathwork have, reduced their, so many of their, physical conditions, and so many of their, levels of parameters in their, physical levels, like blood sugar, blood pressure, because they go into this gamma brainwave and they really use that energy to heal the part where the healing is required. So we've seen people heal their back problems and knee problems just by a few sessions, because when the gamma brainwaves takes place, a lot of energy is created, and then they have this mystical moment, where they feel an out of body experience, or people go into their past life where, they see that, okay, this problem has happened to me because something happened in my past life, and they start healing from the root cause when you experience the gamma brainwave. So friends, it's very interesting how these brainwaves really affect in our day-to-day life. We will go into more details about that. So this is the brainwave development chart, friends. This is what tells us that how we are in different brainwaves in different parts of our life, different stages of our life. So if you look at a kid who is from 0 to 2 years of age, he's pretty much in delta brainwaves. And if you see the cycles per second in delta brainwave, it's about 0.5 to 4 cycles per second. As he grows a little older, he is, from 2 to 6 years of age, he is in something called the theta brainwave, and it's about 4 to 8 cycles per second. So you can say that, a child which is between 0 to 6 years of age, he's completely in the subconscious mind. So when the child from 0 to 6 years of age is completely in his subconscious mind, so all the informations, all the knowledge that he's getting as a child from 0 to 6 years of age, all that information is coming in unencoded without any filter. So whatever you tell the child, in 0 to 6 years of age, all that just goes into the subconscious directly. So because at that time, the child has not developed the analytical facility to process the information. He's not developed the analytical facility to reason whether what you're saying is right or wrong. So whatever a child hears, sees, feels, he believes it as reality. He takes it on face value. So when you tell a child that there is a Santa Claus, he believes there's a Santa Claus. He truly believes that, whatever he wishes, Santa will come and give him whatever he wants. So, friends, it's very, very important how we think, how we act, how we behave, what we say, how we react to our kids, especially from 0 to 6 years of age, because it's the most impressionable age. Whatever they see, whatever they hear, whatever environment you create for them, it directly gets stored in their subconscious, because when they are in their delta and theta stage, they're completely in their subconscious, and every information goes in directly into their subconscious. From 6 to 12 years of age, the kids actually move to something called the alpha brainwave, which is also subconscious. But now they begin to form their analytical facility slowly. They begin to learn the laws of the land. They begin to understand that there is no Santa Claus. And now they're beginning to understand how life really works. But they're still in a very, very imaginary world from 6 to 12 years of age. They're in alpha brainwaves. It's about 8 to 13 cycles per second, and they live in an imaginary world. So if you ask a 6-year-old child that act like a rabbit, and you come back from work in the evening and the child is still acting like a rabbit, they love role plays and they are completely in the imaginary world. If you ask an adult to act like a rabbit, in 5 minutes he'll do it, and then he's like, okay, what do I do next? So friends, a child, that's why, in that 6 to 12 years of age, is in a very imaginary world. They love art, they love role plays, and a lot of times what you say does not enter, when you try to reason things and tell them things, they do not understand because they are in their own imaginary world. So the entire 0 to 12 years is a very, very crucial stage for the kids. It's an age where you can really make an impact, because after 12 years of age, they are going to be their own person. Then you will have a very little control over them. They will make their own identity. They will make their own life. So when you go beyond 12 years of age, that's when they start developing a proper analytical facility. They are their own person. They start to experience what we call low beta, mid beta. So if you see the cycles in low beta, it's about 13 to 15 cycles. Mid beta is about 16 to 22 cycles per second. So as a child crosses a 12 years of age, they begin to experience and express a lot of emotions like anger, frustration, and you always wonder, what happened to my child? What is wrong with him? He was never like that. But it's very, very normal. So do not get shocked, because it's very, very normal. They are only reacting and reflecting what they have learned over the past 12 years. And the first 12 years, whatever has really gone in, whatever they've seen, whatever they felt, whatever they have observed, their parents do, their surroundings do, all that emotions and reactions and memory starts, they start to express. So do not get scared as your child begins to change when they are when they cross 12 years of age. Now, as you grow an adult, as you cross 25, 30, 35 years of age, you start experiencing something what's called the high beta state. And high beta is very, very harmful. You really go into a stress hormone. So whenever as adults we experience any stress, we go into something called the high beta state. And check this out, the high beta waves is 22 to 50 cycles per second, which is almost 3 times the low beta waves. So you're really out of balance, you're really in stress, and you experience something called the high beta stage. That's when you're facing a lot of challenge in your external environment. You're facing a threat in your external environment, and you're really scared, and you've gone into something called a stress hormone, or you go into a survival mode, is what we call. So let me give you an example. So for example, you're walking in a forest or in a jungle, and it's beautiful, it's lovely. you're experiencing something called the low beta stage, low beta wave, where your mind is absolutely calm and relaxed, and you can smell the flowers in the forest, and you can smell a beautiful air. You can feel it and you love it, right? You're very, very calm. Suddenly there's a lion in front of you, and what happens? You, as soon as you see a lion, you activate something called the primitive or the sympathetic nervous system in your body, and your neocortex, which is your thinking brain, sends a signal to the limbic brain, which has stored a lion as a threat. In the it is that memory is stored in the limbic brain, that lion is a threat. And suddenly, you send something called the electrochemical signal to your spinal cord, and as you send the signal through the spinal cord, you activate your glands, your adrenal glands, and a lot of adrenal is sent to your body. Your heart rate goes up, your respiratory rate goes up, and lot of blood is sent to your hands and your legs, and all you can do at that time is either fight or run. So you activate something called the fight or flight nervous system when there is a lion in front of you. And all you can do at that point is either fight with the lion or run with the lion, because all these chemical reactions have happened in your body. All the signals have been sent to your body, that all the blood has been sent to your hands and legs, and all you can do in that moment, because you've activated the primitive sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight mode, and you can only do at that moment is either fight or run. Now, the funny thing is that it doesn't have to be a lion. It can be a mother-in-law. And the same emotional reaction happens, because the brain doesn't know the difference between a lion or a mother-in-law. And the same reaction happens. The neocortex sends the signal to the limbic brain. It sends the signal to the spinal cord. Your adrenals are activated. You send a lot of adrenal to your entire body. And again, you're prepared for the worst case scenario, because the brain is actually taking that person as a threat to you. And when you experience threat in your external environment, you get into the fight or flight nervous system. So it could be a person that knocks you out of balance. Now, what's even more...
Varun, is your mother-in-law attending?
I always apologize to all the mother-in-laws in the end. So I'm really sorry for... but I just feel it's such a funny example.
Okay,
but it could also be a daughter-in-law. So
yeah, it's all interconnected.
Or a boss, or an employee. So it could be any person.
Yeah, but that doesn't sound as juicy.
Yeah, it's not as juicy. So the friends, it doesn't even have to be a person. It can just be thought alone, and you can auto-suggest to your brain, and your thought alone can literally knock you out of balance. And when you're into this high beta state, so you can tell your mind that, I don't have money to pay the bills tomorrow, or the next month's salary I cannot pay, and you're thinking of the worst case scenario and not able to sleep, and you knock your body out of balance, and you're into this high beta stage. And the brain does not understand the difference between a lion, a person, or just thought alone. By just thought alone, you can go into this high beta stage. And when you are in this high beta state, what really happens is you release something called cortisol. And cortisol is a very, very harmful chemical. Cortisol is an anti-inflammatory, anti-pain chemical. So, when there is a lion in front of you, you release a lot of adrenaline and cortisol. And it's great in the short term, because You can run from that lion without any pain, without any inflammation for a very long period of time. But in the long run, if you experience this high beta again and again, and if you keep releasing this cortisol chemical again and again, it really breaks down your immunity. And this cortisol as a chemical is very, very toxic, is very, very addictive. You want to again and again go back to that high beta state because it's extremely toxic, it's extremely addictive. You want to think of the worst case scenario, and just by thought alone you can really knock your body out of balance, and you're headed for a disease just by thought alone. And what happens is, this cortisol is extremely, extremely addictive. So when you're in fight or flight nervous system, you cannot think of growth and repair, right? You're only thinking of how can I run away from that situation. You're thinking of the worst case scenario. So the point I'm trying to make here is, friends, that when you are in the stress mode or in the fight or flight nervous system, you cannot be in the growth or repair nervous system. You cannot be in the parasympathetic nervous system. Parasympathetic nervous system is your creative mode, is your mode where you can think of growth, you can think of repair. So as you go into lower brainwave, which is the low beta, alpha, theta, that is when you are in the parasympathetic nervous system. That is when you are in the repair mode, in the growth mode. So you cannot be in the stress mode, you cannot be in the survival mode and in the growth mode at the same time. Either you can be there or you can be here. So it's very important, friends, for us to realize when we are activating our stress hormones, because it's important to understand. And a lot of times people turn to alcohol or cigarettes or drugs to get their cortisol levels down, or to get their stress levels down. They feel, one drink in the night makes me relaxed, I get good sleep. Or whenever people are stressed, they smoke and they feel that, oh, now my stress level is going down. But the cortisol is a very, very addictive chemical. The more you use all these substances, you'll have to do that more and more, because them substances themselves are also very addictive, and you really head yourself towards disease, and it's a very, very bad vicious cycle. And when you can actually calm your mind by doing meditations and breath work, why would one ever go to a substance to calm themselves down? But a lot of times people take on to substance is because they face these extreme stress, and they experience something called the high beta brainwave. And because the cycles are so high, at that time they are not able to take the right decision. In the survival mode, you have the best chance of choosing for the worst outcome, right? You have the best chance of making the worst decision because you're thinking from the state of survival. You're very, very object focused. When there's a lion in front of you, all you're going to do is think of saving your life, nothing else, right? So just think about it. You're chilling on a beach with your family, and you're talking about where you want to go for vacation next summer, and suddenly there is a tsunami that comes from the sea, and you go into something called the fight or flight nervous system, and you get into this high beta stage. At that time, you're not going to talk to your wife about remodeling your kitchen, right? You're going to just think about how do we save our family's life and how do we survive. So when you're in survival mode, you can never be in repair mode. When you're in the sympathetic nervous system, you cannot be in the parasympathetic nervous system. So, and a lot of us, for years and years, spend their life and moments of the day into this, high stress mode. A lot of people, their work gets them into high stress mode. Their relationships get them into high stress mode. And and that is really, really bad for our immunity, for our system. And this is when we are really headed for disease, because the cortisol really breaks down the immunity. So friends, I'll move on to the next one, and I hope it's clear to you. So, friends, we talked about the cortisol level, and there is a very inverse relationship between the adrenal hormones, which is cortisol, and the melatonin. So, melatonin is the growth and repair chemical which our brain releases. So, when your cortisol level actually goes up, your melatonin level goes down. And you must have heard of melatonin. It's a repair chemical. A lot of times when people don't get sleep, doctors give them a melatonin pill so that they can calm themselves down and go to sleep. But your brain actually creates, when you're into deep state of meditation or when you do breath work, your brain creates, when you're in alpha and theta brainwave, your brain creates melatonin. And when melatonin level goes up, your cortisol level automatically goes down. So, there is a very inverse relationship between, melatonin and cortisol, right? And your pineal gland actually releases melatonin when you are into deep state of meditation. And there are lots of benefits of melatonin, friends. It lowers the cortisol level. It lowers your triglycerides level, which is your cholesterol. Your immune system gets more and more stronger. It increases your lifespan by 25%. It decreases development of any tumors. It reduces your body weight. A lot of people tell us that, after doing breath work and meditations, they've become a lot more fitter. They feel they are younger, which is true, because, when you release this lovely chemical called melatonin, it actually makes you younger, and it is an anti-aging chemical, so you physically feel younger, and it promotes DNA repair and it replenishes you, it revives you, and you feel a lot more revived. So it's a beautiful chemical, and when you are meditating, you automatically release this chemical, and it lowers your stress hormones. So friends, we talked about this, so a child, and we know this because when whatever we learn as a kid, all that memory and all those skills we remember throughout our life, whether it was swimming or cycling, because a child's age from 0 to 7 years is very, very programmable, because they are in that theta stage. They are in that delta and theta stage, and because they are in that delta and theta brainwave, and they are into the subconscious, and they are into the programmable stage. And that's why we meditate, because as adults we are into the beta brainwave, and when you are into the beta brainwave, you are not in your subconscious, right? So unlike a child who can learn very fast, an adult cannot learn very fast like a child, because a child is in alpha and theta brainwave and delta brainwave, but adults are in beta brainwave, and you are very far from your subconscious. So when we meditate, we actually move into the alpha and theta brainwaves, and it becomes a lot more easier to enter the subconscious, to break into the analytical mind and enter your subconscious and program from there. So when you're into, that's why we take you into that alpha and theta stage, and that's where you sow your intention. If you sow your intentions, when you're working in your office, or when you're very wired and you're very conscious, it does not go into the subconscious. You're thinking from a very conscious mind. But the trick is to go into the subconscious and sow the seed into the subconscious. And to go into the subconscious, you need to go into the alpha and theta brainwaves. So the whole purpose of doing all these exercises and meditations and breath work is to break into the analytical mind, to go beyond your ego, because your ego is an extension. Your analytical mind is an extension of your ego. So how we can, go down from the high beta to mid beta to low beta, and then there is an analytical mind, right? How we can, go through that analytical mind and enter from the conscious to the subconscious. And once you're in the alpha and theta, you are in deep, you're in the unconscious, you're in the subconscious mind. And it's very easy to program into the subconscious. So you, once you cross your analytical mind, once you go beyond your ego, and that's why we see become nobody, no one, no place, no thing, nowhere, because you just have to lose everything to start to program your subconscious, to rewire your program. You can start firing and wiring new information into the subconscious when you're in the alpha and theta brainwaves. And friends, you will know once you start meditating for, months and years, you will exactly know when you are into that alpha and theta brainwave. You will feel that nothingness, and you will feel that you are very separate from your body. You feel that oneness, and I'm sure a lot of you have experienced that in your meditation. So the idea is to get there and create from there. And it is the gateway to your software program, right? You cross your analytical mind, and that's the gateway to your software program, and you start changing from there. So one can say that the thinner the analytical mind, the more suggestible you are, and the thicker the analytical mind, the less suggestible you are. Because your analytical mind is your identities, your ego. The faster you dissolve it, the faster, the more suggestible you are, the faster you can create and enter into the subconscious. Friends, you must have heard this word coherence. We do heart coherence and brain coherence, and the whole purpose is to get into alignment. An incoherent brain is like lightning, is like a lightning storm in the cloud, right? So, I'll let you know about this workshop we did in Berlin, in Germany, of Dr. Joe Dispenza, and it was a phenomenal workshop. For 8 days we did this workshop. We used to wake up at 4 a.m., meditate for 4-5 hours to start with, and then do many meditations through the day, and end the session at 8 p.m. in the night. So it used to be like a 16-hour non-stop session, and it was wonderful because we learned a lot of knowledge. And with that, we used a lot of science to understand what's really happening in our brain. So we actually did, while meditating, we put all these machines on our head, and we saw how incoherent brainwaves became coherent brainwave, how we moved from, beta to alpha to theta brainwave. And many times, a lot of us even experience what's called the gamma brainwave in the middle of our meditation. So when we saw those scans, it was just outstanding and amazing to know that, oh my God, all this goes inside our brain and we don't even realize it. We don't even know it. We're not even conscious about it, right? So it's very good to know all this knowledge, because when that situation comes, you are ready for it to understand and you're ready for it to change. The awareness itself will make you change. So that's why, there is a big difference between a coherent brainwave and an incoherent brainwave, right? When your waves are incoherent, that means you're not stable. You're in that stress hormone. You're in the survival mode. And even your thoughts, all your thoughts, all your thinking, the way you behave, everything changes. You automatically get negative thoughts. You feel sick. You feel that I do not have enough time. I do not have enough money. I cannot sleep properly. Nobody loves me. My back hurts. You get all these kinds of negative thoughts and you don't even realize it. You don't want those thoughts, but because your brain waves are incoherent, you're experiencing stress in your brain. That's why you feel these wrong thoughts and what we call ants, which is automated negative thoughts, because your brain waves are not coherent. Once you start Once your brain waves are in coherence and they are coherent, you start to you start balancing it and you start feeling whole. You love your life, you feel more spontaneous, you're very clear, you have that clarity in your head. You start trusting the universe, right? You're like, okay, whatever happens, and even then negative things happen around you, you're wondering, why am I so happy still, right? With all these challenges, there's something inside of me that doesn't stress me, that still keeps me happy. And we talked about this whole neural nets that we can form ourselves into our brains. And this is another thing, right? This is great for day to day, to know that you can really calm yourself down through meditation and make your incoherent brainwaves turn into coherent brainwaves. Start moving from that at high beta stage to mid beta to low beta, and start entering into alpha and theta stage, right? And that's when you're really in touch with yourself. You're really creating from the subconscious. So, friends, you can say that an incoherent brainwave is like disease. And as you start entering into your subconscious, you start to heal. You start to get into coherence, and so all the diseases that we have in our life, it all starts with our thoughts, with our emotions. There was a great work. There was a great work done by Louis Hay. I'm sure Shans would have shown you that slide about how we store different emotions in different parts of our body. And Louis Hay has done a great job explaining her in her book. You Can Heal Your Life is a book, and where she says that every disease actually is comes from some kind of unresolved emotion, some kind of unresolved block that we have in our body, and an emotion that we've not resolved with ourselves. And once you resolve that emotion, your physical body also heals. So it all starts with those thoughts, those negative thoughts that turn into emotions, right, friends? And I'll give you an example. uh, and she also says that we store different emotions in different parts of our body. And I'll give you an example. When my mother was also very young, and 1 month after disc, and her back, she was really gone for a toss. And why is that? Because back, your spinal cord, your slip disc, is related to a support in your life, whether it's a relationship, your spouse, or it could be financial support. So a lot of times when people face financial issues or a loss of a family member, there is a direct impact to their back, right? Because there is a lot of emotions that get stored in your back. And my mother developed that, but when she started to realize that this is because of this emotion, when she started healing that emotion, she became absolutely fine. She suffered for almost 10 years, and through meditations, through breath works, through pranayam, through yoga, swimming, she did everything she could. And when doctors see her report today, they tell her that, how can she even walk? And she travels, she takes flights, and she can do everything. So she's a great inspiration to me, because her dedication to heal herself and to come out of that situation. And now she's over 72, but she's as young as 55. So she's really healed herself out of that situation, because she understood that there was a blocked emotion which she needed to resolve. And when that emotion got resolved, her back issue completely got healed. So it's amazing how you need to understand what emotions are triggering you. A lot of times people have knee pain. Knee pains are related to, that you cannot make decisions in your life, or you're not able to move forward in your life. And when you're not able to move forward or not take important decisions, people develop knee pains, right? Or you feel stuck in one place. So a different emotions create different problems in their life. And you should read this book, You Can Heal Your Life, by Louise Hay. And she talks about all the body parts and what emotions get stored in each of these body parts. So I just digressed a bit, but I thought that was important because it tells us how emotions gets stored in different part of our body. And now, friends, we'll move to chakras. I want to talk about a very important concept in chakras. We all know about chakras. We all know that there are different chakras in our body, from our crown chakra to our root chakra, from we have our heart chakra, throat chakra, third eye, solar plexus, navel. So these are the different main 7 chakras in our body. What I want to explain you is that we store different emotions in different chakras of our body. And when energy becomes stuck in our body, it cannot flow into the higher chakras. Since emotions are energy, we all know that emotions are energy. These emotions get stuck in different centers or chakras, and we cannot evolve. So a lot of our emotions get blocked in different chakras of our body. So for example, our solar plexus, which is our third chakra, we store emotions like competition, control, fear, impatience, ego. A lot of these emotions get stored, and the energy is not able to move to your higher centers. It's not able to move to your heart center, to your throat center, to your third eye, to your crown center, crown chakra. So energies get stuck in the lower chakras, and it's universal, friends. This is with every one of us. We store these energies, we store these emotions in these specific chakras. So for example, our navel chakra, you store what's emotions like guilt, shame, pain, unworthiness, lack. So these are the emotions we store in our navel chakra. Victimization. And in our root chakra, we store all the sexual emotions like trauma from molestation, sexual anxiety, sexual addiction. So these are the emotions, sexual pain or confusion. A lot of these emotions are stored in our root chakra, and we are not able to evolve because when energies are stuck, we are not able to rotate the energy. We are not able to create that circulation of energy in our body, and we are not able to evolve. We are not able to grow. So when you start to meditate, automatically your chakra starts to balance. And today we are going to do the chakra balancing meditation, we will go to each of these chakras, and we're going to balance each of our chakras. And it's amazing when we balance our chakras. A lot of these emotions also get balanced, and you release a lot of these unwanted thoughts and emotions. So friends, this is the divide. If you can see on the lower half, you store a lot of survival emotions. So like we talked about, when you're in high beta stage, you're in the survival mode. So even emotions at that stage are very, very, selfish emotions, or survival based emotions, or limited emotions, what we call them. And all those emotions get stored in your lower chakras, in your solar plexus, navel, and your root chakra. And some of these emotions are like doubt, fear, anger, insecurity, worry, anxiety, judgment, competition, shame, depression, lust, guilt, sadness, hostility. So these are all the emotions, all the negative emotions that get stored in our lower chakras, and we are not able to evolve. So when you start to meditate, when you start to do meditation, you automatically start to release these emotions from the root cause, from each one of your chakras, and you start sending energies to your higher centers, your higher chakras, like your heart chakra and your higher chakras. And that's when when you start sending energies to your higher chakras, that's when you start to experience elevated emotions. And it's also linked to your brain waves, because when you start going into your alpha and theta brainwave, you automatically move away from your conscious, limited emotions, your ego. A lot of these emotions are linked to ego, right? And when you move away from that, you automatically start sending energies to your higher centers, and you start to feel elevated emotions. The whole purpose is, friends, all of us are going to feel these limited emotions, but the whole purpose is how we can live our life in the elevated emotional state, how we can feel gratitude, joy, inspiration, peace. When you start to experience these elevated emotions, you feel so whole. You start trusting the universe. You're in this knowingness that, jo bhi hoga, acha hi hoga. Whatever will happen will be for the best. I believe, I trust the universe. And, you feel there's some kind of empowerment is that you feel when you're in this elevated emotion. So, friends, the whole purpose is to stay in these elevated emotions. Yes, all of us will go back, and there will be moments in our life where we will fall from grace, but the idea is to understand and snap back, because tomorrow will be better, and then day after will be even better. So even when we lose somebody in your life, lose a relationship or lose a loved one, you are going to be fine 1 year later or 2 years later or 5 years later. If you can squeeze that time frame to, from 1 year to, let's say, 1 month, you save a lot of grief to yourself, because you will, for that much less time, you will feel those limited emotion. You will spend less time in those limited emotion, and slowly you will start moving into the elevated emotion. And trust me, friends, it's easier said than done, but it's really possible when you understand that what these limited emotions are. When you just do a check-in, just do a check-in, close your eyes and go inside of you and ask yourself, are you in the elevated state or are you in the limited state? And you will instantly know that what stage are you at. And then you will, once you start observing, automatically change begins to happen, friends. And that's why we always talk about knowledge. Knowledge is very important, because knowledge gives you that ability to change. Knowledge gives you that ability and that will to move from A to B, right? And that's why knowledge is so important. So, friends, this is another phenomenal work. I told you about Louise Hay. She did that work on how we store different emotions, different parts of our body. This is a great work done by David Hawkins in his book called Power versus Force. It was phenomenal for me to read this, because, whatever we have learned and whatever we felt, this actually specifically tells us the energy levels of each emotion. And it's phenomenal through kinesiology, which is the way he measured each of these emotions and gave an energy level to that on a scale from 0 to 1,000. It was amazing to see how each of our emotion has an energy, and now you can measure those energies, right? So the lowest energy is shame. When you're shameful of yourself, shame is one of the lowest energy. Look at the score, it's only 20. And then there is guilt, which is 25, apathy, which is 50, grief 75, fear 100, desire is also a lower emotion, 125, anger is 150, pride 175. And then you start moving into the higher emotions like courage, willingness, reason, love. Look at love, it's like 500, on a scale from 0 to 1,000. And joy is 600, peace is 700, and enlightenment is 800 to 1,000. The energy level is 800 to 1,000. So just imagine, friends, when you're vibrating at those energy levels, when you're feeling those emotions, just imagine the kind of energy you generate in your body, and all this energy you have to create your reality, to create your future. And it's all about the energy level what you have, because the higher is your energy level, the more you can flow, the more you can create, the more positive automatically you will be. So it's all linked, friends. Everything is connected. And from brain waves to chakras to our emotions, it's all a puzzle which we need to get it all together and fix it. And trust me, if you resolve one emotion, all the other emotions will get resolved. They're all linked to each other. All these limited emotions that we saw, like sad, grief, fears, they are all linked to, fear creates sadness, sadness creates anger, anger creates doubt. They're all, and that creates depression. They're all linked to each other. You solve one, you change one, you will automatically change all, because feelings are a group of physiological sensations. You change one, you change all. So start working on one emotion, and start getting into that elevated state, and you'll slowly begin to heal each of these emotions. And friends, meditation does it anyways automatically. And today we are going to do the chakra meditation, where each of our chakras we are going to balance. And it's very important to balance these chakras from time to time. I try to do this meditation once in every 15 days, because it's important sometimes. Yes, your normal meditation also balances your chakras, but when you give that additional attention to each one of these chakras, it's like giving that additional focus to each one of these chakras. And when you give that additional focus, you start, there is an intention. And where you place your energy, where you place your attention, is where you place your energy, right? And when you start placing your attention to each of these chakras, you automatically begin to balance these chakras. So I'll just tell you when these chakras are imbalanced, and what happens with our emotions, and what kind of feelings do we have when these chakras are imbalanced. And when we start to balance these chakras, how do we really feel? Uh, so, like your root chakra, which is your Muladhara chakra, when it is imbalanced, you feel low self-esteem, low energy. As you begin to balance it, you feel a lot more confident. You're full of energy. Your second chakra, your navel, Swadhisthana chakra, there is loss of creativity. You don't find solutions to your problem. There's despair when it's an imbalanced. As you begin to balance it, you feel that I have new ideas to create a life that I want, right? You begin to feel a lot more creative. You begin to feel that you can resolve, your issues. As you move up to solar plexus, which is your third chakra, Manipura, you feel, if it's imbalanced, you feel angry and helpless. I cannot finish any of my tasks, and you're not able to complete them, right? Once you organize it, you'll be shocked that, you feel a lot more organized. You can accomplish your dreams, and it begins to happen automatically, friends, once your chakras and energies get aligned, through meditation and through, these specific meditations on chakras. Then your heart center, we always, in each one of our meditations, we always go to the heart center, because it's one of the, most powerful center, right? It's the most powerful chakra. And when it's not balanced, you feel that your heart is broken, you're unloved, your relationships are broken. But as you begin to balance it, everything starts to come together. You feel more loved. You are more loving to other people. So, love is in the air, right? Love begins to flow all around you once you balance your heart chakra, Anahata chakra. Then your throat chakra, a lot of times I do this meditation, and, a lot of times, even in my meditation, I just focus on the throat chakra. So it's not also important to just do the chakra meditation all the time, but whenever you feel that right, what emotions you're feeling, whether it's anger or helplessness, or you feel heartbroken, or you cannot express yourself. And this happens a lot of times when you cannot express yourself to your brother, you cannot express yourself to your wife, you cannot express yourself to your husband, or your children, especially with family, right? Or your mother-in-law. It's very important to balance your throat chakra, which is the Vishuddhi chakra. You will be shocked, my friends, how you will be able to express yourself freely without even feeling what the other person will think. And your relationships will be so much better because you are just able to express what you feel. You're just able to communicate what you feel. And a lot of times, our throat chakra is blocked because you're not able to communicate and express what you feel. So once it gets balanced, a lot of things get resolved because you're able to speak your heart easily and express yourself. Then we move to Ajna Chakra, which is the third eye. And, a lot of times we feel indecisive, confusion, nightmares. You don't get the right insight, poor insight when it's imbalanced. As you begin to balance it, it's a lot more calmer. You feel you can solve any problem. Your insights become you become like a visionary, right? You know how the future could be, right? You get a lot of clarity as you begin to balance your third eye. And finally, it's the crown chakra, which is on the top of our head. We call it in Hindi, it's called the Sahasrara chakra. And, there is loneliness, depression, anxiety, confusion when it's imbalanced. And as you begin to balance it, you feel a lot of peace. And what is the scale when you feel peace? So if you see all the emotions that are there on the right hand side, whether it's peace, calm, love, these emotions have very high energy levels. And as you begin to balance each one of your chakras, your energies begin to flow, and automatically, things begin to happen. You automatically move into the elevated emotions from the limited emotions. And that's the purpose, friends. And that brings me to my last slide of the day, which basically tells us that we live in two states of mind and body. The first state is our animal and human self, and the second stage is the divine or God self. When you are in the limited emotions, you are in the animal and human stage, you are in the survival mode, you are in that fight or flight nervous system mode. And as you move into the divine or the God self of you move into what we call the creation mode, right? So the whole purpose is, and trust me, friends, through the day, there'll be times where you are in the survival mode, and there will be time you will be in the creation mode. There will be time you are in the human mode, there will be time you will be in the God mode or the divine mode. So the idea is how quickly we can snap back from one mode to another. It's important to know what happens when we are in the survival mode and what happens when we are in the creation mode. So friends, the idea is to move from survival to creation, from stress to homeostasis, from contraction. You feel a lot of contraction when you're feeling stress, when you're in the high beta stage. Idea is to move into expansion. When you are into deep state of meditation, when you go into alpha and theta stage, when you start balancing your chakras, you automatically feel a lot more expanded. You feel your heart center physically, you will feel that it's open. When you're in that stress mode, you feel that somebody is crunching your heart. You feel that your heart is crunched, but you physically feel expanded when you are in the divine self of who you are. From catabolism to anabolism. Catabolism is tissue breakdown. We talked about when you release cortisol, your tissues you break down, your immunity drops, it breaks the immunity. So you have to move from catabolism to anabolism. Anabolism is when you're in the parasympathetic nervous system, where you are in the growth and repair mode. There is growth, it's happening. You when you release the melatonin, you are you are having tissue repair rather than tissue breakdown, moving from disease to health, moving from imbalance to balance, imbalance to order, from breakdown to repair, from degeneration. There is a lot of degeneration when you are in the survival mode, to regeneration. When you are in the creation mode, you are regenerating, your cells, you're activating them, and you're creating a lot of energy. From me moving from survival based emotions like fear, anger, sadness, to elevated emotions, from limited emotions to elevated emotions. Elevated emotions like love, joy, trust, knowingness, gratitude. These are elevated emotions, friends. And our idea is how we can stay in those elevated emotions through the course of the day. And once you're in that emotion, your thoughts, your energy automatically begins to change, right? From selfishness to selflessness. So, you are very selfish when you are in the survival mode. When there is a lion in front of you, all you're going to think about the self. How do I save my life, right? You're only thinking about the self, but it doesn't have to be a lion. We talked about that. Even thought alone can get you into the stress hormone, and at that time you're very, very selfish. All you can think about the self, and it's not a great feeling, right? So the idea is to move from the selfish emotions to the selfless emotion. uh, you're always paranoid about your environment, body, and time. So the idea is to move beyond time and body and things, and move beyond your environment. And that begins to happen once you're in the divine, in the gods. We should know that we are only in this earth, we are only playing a role, right? And as you move beyond your body, time, your ego, you realize that that's just a drama, that my life is just a drama, and I'm way bigger than that, right? I'm way bigger than my body. I'm way bigger than my physical environment. I'm way bigger than time. And you get into the state of no thing, no body, no time. And that's why we always talk about this. To enter the subconscious, you have to become nobody. And from nothing, you can create everything once you are into that state of nothingness. A lot of energy is lost when you are in the survival mode, and you create a lot of energy when you're in the creation mode. And you need to move from energy loss to energy gain, from emergency mode to growth and repair, from object focused to open focus. So you are, a lot of times, when we have stress, for example, you're stressing about one thing. You're just focused on one problem, and even if you don't want to think about it, all you're thinking about is that, right? And you're not able to sleep because cortisol level goes up. And when cortisol level goes up, you're not able to sleep because your melatonin level goes down. And because you're focusing on that one object, you become very narrow focused, right? You just start, and you're not thinking about more possibilities. You're not open focused. So as you begin to get into the creations mode, your God self, you start becoming open focused. You start becoming more open to possibilities, more open to more open to other things in life, rather than just focusing on one thing. And when you are very object focused, for example, oh, I cannot pay the salary next month, all you're thinking about, oh, I can't pay the salary next month, I can't. The emotions is very negative, and you're not thinking of what are the possibilities. Maybe I can do this, maybe I can borrow money, maybe I can sell something and generate that money. You stop getting newer ideas when you are in the survival mode, because you become very object focused. You feel very separated. So moving from separated to connected, you see life, the reality is determined by your senses, And when you're in the creation mode, in the divine mode, you feel reality beyond senses. And when your friends ask you, what is this meditation? It's all nonsense. And you tell them, yes, it is nonsense because it is beyond senses, right? And that's where we got to live from, beyond senses, and no, don't get so bogged down with our senses and determining reality by our senses. You live a life of cause and effect in the survival mode, where if this happens, then I'll be happy. If I get a car, then I'll be happy. If I marry the right person, then I'll be happy. If if my father-in-law gives me a house, then I'll be happy. So you create all these things which is in the external world that will make your internal world happy, right? You want that things to happen in the external world so that your internal world becomes happy. It has to be the other way around. When you're in the divine self of you, you will not wait for things to happen outside. You will make things happen inside first. So you will, rather than cause and effect, you will start causing in an effect. So you will change your internal world. And trust me, friends, when you change your internal world, your external world has to change. It is the law, right? Your external world will change, and it will create things that you can't even imagine when you start changing your internal world. And no matter what the situation is, if you are in control of your internal world, that is inside of you, if you can control that, your external world will not affect you, and automatically everything in your external world will fall into place. So it's very important, from cause and effect, we have to move to causing an effect. From limited possibilities, we need to move to all possibilities. From an incoherence, we talked about it, from incoherence to coherence, and from known to the unknown. So we have to be ready. We always like the known devil. Let's stay with the known devil, right? But no, friends, you have to take the challenge. What's life without a royal challenge, right? You have to take the challenge, and you have to enter the unknown. And trust me, friends, when you enter the unknown and when you start trusting the universe, that's when you start drinking from a deeper well. So great, friends, that brings me to the end of my presentation. And I really wish and hope that we all trust the universe, and we all enter the unknown, and we all live from our elevated emotion, and we all experience the divine self of us, and we all drink from a deeper well. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Varun.
Great. So should we take, I hope you enjoyed the session. Thank you so much for listening to me. And now we can take a 3-minute break. And then, and guys, this is the chakra meditation. We're going to balance each one of our chakras. And it's going to be a beautiful meditation. I love this meditation. So I request all of you to do this and enjoy this and make the most of it. So let's take a 3-minute break. And yes, thank you for all your messages on the chat. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Very, very humbling. Thank you. So let's start after 3 minutes.
Will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith, and I am stronger every moment, every day. My mind is willing and my heart is open and wide. I trust my instincts and let spirit be my guide. I vow to live a life that's real and pure and free, as I continue walking in this mystery. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith, and I am grateful every moment, every day. There may be walls, there may be roadblocks in my way, but I can choose to take a higher path each day. And now I know that what I thought was safe and sound was only habit and regret that held me down. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith, and I am kinder every moment, every day. And I'm more loving every moment, every day. I will surrender every moment, every day.
Great, friends. I hope all of you are back. And let's begin the chakra meditation. And I hope you enjoy it. It's very beautifully recorded by Shreans, and it's completely guided, so you will exactly know when to focus on what chakras. And a lot of times he will say breathe from that chakra. So just the idea is that obviously, a lot of people have this question that how do I breathe from that chakra? The idea is just focus all your energy at that chakra and just feel that your nose is there, right? Just put all your attention there, because wherever you place your attention is where you place your energy. So just feel that you're at that chakra, and just focus at that chakra. And of course you will breathe from your nose, but just focus that all your energy is to that chakra. Okay, so shall we begin?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. Great, friends. Let's enjoy this.
Take a comfortable position. Sit up straight. Clasp your hands. Cross your legs. Eyes closed. Today, our intention is to balance and harmonize all the chakras of our body. To harmonize our energy body and reach a state of complete inner alignment. Our chakras are the energy centers in our body. Chakras are wheels of information, energy, and frequencies. So today we are going to combine music, certain tones and frequencies, harmonics, and our intention to harmonize and balance these energy centers. Allow the sound to do its job. Let it flow to your energy center. The process of this meditation is simple and is a great way to move from your old self to a new self. The first stage of meditation is brain coherence, where you make your mind empty, lose your identity, drop all resistance, and raise your vibrations. Then we move to the second stage, where we'll put awareness to each and every chakra one by one, starting from your root chakra till your crown chakra. And then we'll move to the final stage, where you express your gratitude for this healing journey, and we'll end by a beautiful song. So I welcome you, dear friends, to participate in this powerful healing process. I hope you enjoy it. And now, gently shift your awareness to your nostrils. Take one deep breath in through your nostrils, and as you breathe out, relax. And one more slow, steady breath in, and as you exhale, let your whole body relax. Shift your awareness from the world around you to the world inside you. At this moment of time, nothing else exists but your breath. Just be with your breath. Normal, natural, simple, easy, relaxed breathing. At this moment of time, completely drop your identity, your personality self, your ego, your analytical mind, which is the extension of your ego. Just drop it all and become pure consciousness. Withdraw your attention from all people, places, things, time and event, and just be with your in-breath and out-breath. And as you observe each and every breath coming in and out of your nostrils, sense the temperature in your nostrils. Is it warm or is it cooler? Sense it. Are you breathing deep or shallow? Observe. Each and every breath is keenly observed. Let not a single breath slip by without your awareness. Now, gently shift your awareness to your root chakra, Muladhara chakra, at the base of your spine. As you shift your awareness on this energy center, breathe from this energy center. Remember, wherever your attention goes, your energy flows. Breathe in and breathe out from this energy center. The Muladhara chakra represents element earth in our body. Every breath, you breathe in more life to the center with your intention, with your attention, on this center. And now, mentally repeat with me. I am safe, supported, and nurtured in this world. I am safe, supported, and nurtured in this world. Feel it as you breathe from your root center. your awareness to your sacral chakra, the Swadhisthana chakra, located in your sexual organs. This chakra represents element water in our body. Breathe in and breathe out from this energy center. Every breath, you are balancing and harmonizing this center. With every breath, you infuse more life to the center. And as you breathe in and breathe out from the center, mentally repeat with me. I am a sensual being and joyous in my relationships. I am a sensual being and joyous in my relationships. Feel it. Now move your awareness further up to your third center. Your solar plexus, Manipura chakra. just above your navel. This chakra represents the element of fire in your body. Breathe in and breathe out from this center. With every breath, you add more life to this center with your attention. As you breathe in and breathe out from this center. I am confident and powerfully centered in my purpose. This is the center for energy and vitality. And now shift your attention further up to your fourth chakra, your heart center, the Anahata chakra. This chakra represents the element air in your body. This is the sacred center where we create from. As you breathe from the center, with every breath, you add more life to the center. breath, feel the opening of your heart. With every breath, feel the expansion in your heart. And mentally repeat after me. I am a vehicle of giving and receiving love in perfect balance. I am a vehicle of giving and receiving love in perfect balance. Feel the gratitude, the appreciation for all that you have, all that is given to you. Now, shift your awareness further up to your fifth center, your throat chakra, your Vishuddhi chakra. This center represents sound, communication, poetry, knowledge. Breathe in and breathe out from your throat. Every breath to balance and harmonize the center. With every breath you balance and harmonize the center. Breath more life to the center with your attention. And now, mentally repeat with me. I am a speaker of truth. I am heard, acknowledged, and appreciated. I am a speaker of truth. I am heard, acknowledged, and appreciated. Feel it. Further up to the sixth center, the Ajna Chakra, your third eye. This center represents light. Center represents your ability to dream, imagine, remember, and see beyond. Breathe in and breathe out from the center. Every breath from the center, you activate the center. And now, mentally repeat with me. receive. I am an intuitive vessel, and I honor the wisdom and guidance that I receive. And now shift your attention further up to your seventh chakra, the crown chakra, the Sahasrara, the chakra with 1,000 lotus petals. This is the jewel of consciousness. Breathe in and breathe out from this center. And as you breathe in and breathe out from the center, you open up the center and connect to your higher self, to your own divinity. As you breathe in from the center, connect to the higher intelligence, to the source energy. With every breath, your connection to the divine. And now, mentally repeat with me. I am connected to the source, to all that is. I am connected to the source, to all that is. I am aligned to the fullest potential of my spiritual essence. I am aligned to the fullest potential of my spiritual essence. Feel it. Feel your connection to the divine. And now, all your energy centers are in perfect harmony and in alignment with each other. Feel the flow of energy and information flowing freely from your root chakra to your sacral chakra, to your solar plexus, to your heart, to your throat chakra, to your third eye, and to your crown. Feel it. And finally, bring your awareness back to your heart center. Your heart, your soul. This is the sacred place where you create from. Now, Divine One, sentient being, center yourself. As you breathe in and breathe out from the center, feel your connection to the source energy. Knowing that your source is your best resource. It's always available to you. Feel the gratitude and thankfulness for what you have created today, for your alignment with your source. divine. Feel unlimited as you lift your life. As you lift your life in love. Feel immense love. Feel immense gratitude. And remember this feeling. Remember it by heart. You may move your body. Center yourself. Remember this feeling. Make this feeling memorable.
I have chosen to be here, awakened at this time. I bring my breath upon my heart, and I journey from my mind. I step out of my way and into my life. I will live, I will die, I will laugh and I will cry. I will live my life of love. I will sing, I will dance, I'll rejoice in every chance. I will live my life in love.
Today, You'll be in inner alignment with your source energy.
I am here to shine this light and remember once again that I will share my sacred gifts, embrace the essence of I am. I stepped out of my way and into my life. I will live, I will die, I will laugh and I will cry. I will live my life of love. I will sing, I will dance, I'll rejoice in every chance. I will live my life in love. It's time for me to live. Gonna lift my light up higher. It's time for you to live. Meet the eagle in his flight. It's time for us to live. I'm gonna lift it even higher. Dance with each star in the night. I will live, I will die, I will laugh and I will cry. I will live my life of love. I will sing, I will dance, I'll rejoice in every chance. I will live my life in love. I will live, I will die, I will laugh and I will cry. I will live my life of love. I will sing, I will dance, I'll rejoice in every chance. I will live my life in love. I will lift my life. I will lift my light. I will lift my light in.
Now, whenever you're ready, you can slowly come back. Slowly come back to your new body in a whole new world and a whole new time. Take your time, and whenever you're ready, you can gently rub both your hands and place it over your beautiful eyes. Five, four, three, two, one, and slowly open your eyes and come back to this material world of senses. Take your time and slowly come back, feeling relaxed and refreshed. Thank you for spending these moments with me. My love and appreciation to you.
Slowly come back, my friends. Come back to your physical body, back to the new world. Thank you for all your messages. Sorry for the little disruption. We got blessed by internet, but I'm sure by now any disruption is you take it like a blessing. So it was meant to be. Great. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So we can move to Q&A, Navkirat.
Let's do that. Mukesh, you are unmuted.
Thank you for all your messages in the chat. Really, really huge gratitude to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It was a great, wonderful journey today. Really, I'm blessed. And a lot of gratitude to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
My question is actually, when we are doing all this, meditation, daily meditation. So, is there any deep stage of this meditation beyond this that we are doing daily?
Yeah, I mean, this is like peeling an onion. Somebody asked Shiva that why do you meditate? You're Shiva, right? So there's always deeper and deeper stage of meditation, right? There's always more to know about yourself, about the universe. So there is no end to this, right? So as you meditate more and more, you realize how less do you know. So
My second question is is there I want to get up early in the morning to do for meditation, but I couldn't. So is when we say at 4 o'clock, it is must to do this kind of meditation earlier, or we can do anytime.
you can do it anytime, but of course, if you can wake up in the morning, nothing like it. I've been waking up because of these sessions and it's just amazing. I anyways try to wake up early, but I think it obviously is difficult in the first 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 days, but then once you set up a routine, it's pretty easy. And in fact, if you start waking up early, it's just you will feel the difference. And once you taste that feeling of morning meditation, I don't think you'll leave it for anything else.
Absolutely. I will try from tomorrow onwards. Okay, I tried a lot, but I couldn't. But now I try again.
Yeah, I mean, this is just like we talked about the law of repetition, right? Once you do it for some days, automatically, it'll fit into your system.
Yes, definitely I will start from tomorrow. And when we do meditation, so we get some time early meditation, like morning meditation, we get we get into the sleeping mode. So how we could come from this?
Sorry?
So when we do meditation, early morning, like 6 to 8 meditation, so that time we normally used to sleep.
Yeah, so actually it's the best time because like I talked in the session today, that you move from delta. When you wake up, you're actually moving from delta to theta to alpha to beta. So it's actually the best time to catch that brainwave of theta and alpha. So just when you are waking up, you're actually moving from delta, right? And you can capture that moment of theta and alpha because you can straight away get into that mode. It gets very difficult to get into alpha and theta in the middle of the day, but because you have just come out of that zone, it's very easy to slip back into alpha and theta zone. That's why those early morning meditations are so powerful, because you can, I mean, I see it with myself. If I do it early morning, it takes me, in minutes, I'm into deep meditation. When I am doing it in the middle of the day, sometimes it takes me as long as an hour to get into a meditation, because so many thoughts come, and so it's just easier at a bed in the morning hours. Also, another good time is just before you sleep, because just before, when you sleep, you're done with the day, and that's why we do the sleep meditation on every Wednesday, because just before sleep, you're moving from beta to delta. So again, you capture that alpha and theta state naturally. And once you sleep after a meditation, your sleep is also beautiful. So it's like doing half an hour of meditation, but that meditation is working for you through the night. So yeah, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Please.
Thank you, Mukesh. Pratibha.
Hello.
Hi, Pratibha.
Hi. First of all, lots and lots of gratitude and lots of blessings to you all. And I am a handwriting analyst, and I see that people are not writing, and writing is equivalent to meditation, because that triggers the prefrontal cortex of our brain.
Sure.
So I see all that things related to my handwriting, and like whatever the analysis I'm doing. So like it's really great to be connected with you, but still, and I am also an NLP practitioner. I just wanted to know that these meditations, are they more deeper than the practice of handwriting and the practice of going into like doing the NLP processes, running the processes, playing various games, and getting the unconscious signals and all?
Yeah, I mean, everything has its own meaning and its own importance. So it's not right to compare one thing with another, what is better and what is not. And you need to find your mojo, right? You need to find what works for you. But I think what we are trying to do is that we are trying to, feed in the knowledge, the science, and trying to get you into that state of oneness, into that state of subconscious awareness.